we have a prediction to make. So our learning question is, can I make a prediction? What is a prediction? A prediction is, yes, you're right. Can I guess what will happen when we do an experiment? We also have to ask lots of questions. That is our other learning question. For our learning question, we are going to do an experiment with flowers. What you will need is some white flowers. I'm going to use lilies and I'm going to use some asters. It's better to use asters or carnations or even celery because that's not poisonous. I think the lilies might be a little poisonous for your animals or for yourself. So what else you will need is water, 3 glasses or jars, and 1 for the control, and 3 different colors, food coloring, and of course a scissor. My question is, what will happen if I put the flowers into different coloring water, water with different colors? So what you have to do is make sure everything is exactly the same for each experiment. So you will need to fill up the glasses exactly the same, with exactly the same volume. Let's see, yes, that's exactly the same. You can even measure it with a measuring jug if you want. Our next step is to keep 1 glass as is for our control. The next one will be, we're going to put 1, there we go, 1 lid of each food coloring. What you can also do is you can just use a dropper and then you can measure it even more carefully. So I chose blue and red and green. Now, the next thing we have to remember is everything should be exactly the same. So your flowers should be almost exactly, because I don't think you can manage that, the same size. And then we have to cut them exactly the same length so that everything is exactly the same. So the only thing that will differ is the food coloring. If you want to explore a little more and also see what the different lengths would do, you can try that as well. I'm going to add the lilies as well, and also make sure that the stems are exactly the same length. So I'm going to cut them so that they're exactly the same length and put them in the water. And now it's time for your prediction. What do you think is going to happen later in the day and over the next few days? So you have to write down your prediction now, and also if you have any questions. Lots of why questions would be fantastic, and lots of ideas of why your prediction might be correct.